Have you heard about crazy sketching? I haven't either, but I do it anyway. My name is Gry Hege, and I'm now on my 4th year on art school, and all the teachers tell me that it needs to be a lot of breathing space, or paintings and drawings need space to breathe. Mine don't. So I'll show you how to make a crazy sketch with no breathing space at all. Follow me along. I will show you from the start to the finish. As crazy sketching do not exist, it's no rules. We can do whatever we want. So I started on with a drawing. I used pencil to draw stupid things. That was in my head. I had a face and I had a parrot and lots of other stuff. And if you see the basket of stuff, don't ask me what it is. I have no idea. But red wine, it should be definitely. So the next thing I do is to go over all the pencil marks with a permanent marker, just a black one. Not a lot of lines this time. That will come later. And last but not least, erase the pencil line so they won't ruin your sketch. Now I found a lot of different papers, and I'm trying to see if any of them fit on my design. I found a creature in a kind of art book, so I just glued that one on. And the same with some notes from an old notebook. You can use whatever you want. Here was just some text from a magazine, and the same with the last notes as well. It's also just from a magazine. When the medium or glue is completely dry, I start using watercolors. Use random colors, the colors you want, or the realistic colors, it's up to you. And don't be so precious, just put some paint on. It doesn't matter if it's a little bit on the outside, and yeah, you will understand what I mean later. Now it can seem like it's like all over the place, but we will go over with the markers and a lot of pen work at the end. So it doesn't matter, just get it on and have fun. That's a really important thing. Fun, fun, fun. When the watercolor is completely dry, I go over with water-based markers. I use Tombow brush pens, and the good thing about these ones are that you can blend them together. You can use black color, and then if you add other colors next to it, it will kind of blend and drag the black color around. Same goes with other colors as well. That was just an example. You can, of course, use other markers as well. The brand doesn't matter and the type doesn't matter either, so it's actually up to you what you want. Maybe you have some markers that you can use in your house. That would be the best thing, of course. So as you see, I'm just coloring, and I almost color the whole thing. You don't have to color so much. You decide yourself how much or how little you will color in. And in this phase, you don't have to be really, really precious about the edges either. So it doesn't matter if you're a little bit outside or inside. You will probably understand that in the last phase that we will come to soon, that we will expand the edges a little bit. So I'm still continuing and blending in and using the different colors all over the place. So yeah, I probably cover it all. It's good when you have some kind of contrasts, like black is always really effectful. And if you have contrast between dark and light and stuff, instead of just coloring in beige and gray, that I think would be kind of a boring sketch. Of course, it's up to you, but my recommendations is, of course, colors. So I color in, I don't even know what things are, I just color it in and decide what to do in the next phase. So now it's just playing with colors and having fun. I don't know about you, but I find it really hard to stop when I start using all these coloring pens. It's so fun and I really love doing it. So I color and not sure how much it helps. And I love blending colors. When I kind of blend stuff together, it will be another effect, and it's except from that. I try to have shadow underneath the girl's chin, and I also like to have a little shadow inside the collar of the jumper. So that's the only thing I try to have. Except from that, everything is kind of fantasy and just, yeah, whatever. Crazy sketching doesn't have any rules. The last phase is with a pen. I used a permanent marker. Doesn't matter which brand it is, it can be anything. And of course it doesn't even have to be permanent because I'm not going to have any water on top of it. It's just, I don't know, a habit why I use the permanent ones, and probably the ones I have the most of. You can probably use actually whatever. Sorry about my head and my hair in your way here. I hope that will be better as we go. As you see, I'm coloring the lines many times. You saw the eyes. I was kind of doing all the lines several times. Now I do the same for the rest of the face and the hair and everything. So it's not important that you were coloring inside. Now you see the neck as well is going to be really doubled in size. And the jumper on the sides is going up and down several times. Because the whole thing about this is I love being, kind of rough and then trying to put things together in this stage. I don't even know what kind of hat it was she was having on her head. It was in my fantasy. It was more like a cake or something. But yeah, it works. I'm using pen everywhere on the outside special of things, like in the lines of the sweater. I'm not using any extra lines because that's just a pattern. So I'm not using it for pattern, but I'm using it for all external lines. So, and line works, and it doesn't matter actually, but that's what I'm using. Now it's kind of shadow on this creature here, trying to put it in inside some kind of a frame here. And the bird of course needs some color. And the spider I will not do so much with because it's only hanging in a thin thread, and I think that's good. These things I have no idea what they are, but I'm coloring them in anyway. They were just kind of shapes on a little chair or something. So just playing around with some known forms and figures and some unknown. These ones I did no idea what it was, so I just made some curls and some swirls going around. Yeah, trying to outline the parrot so it's better. You can see better what's the parrot and what is the girl's hair. Doing the same with the parrot eyes as I did with the girl's eyes. So I'm taking several lines, making more of these swirls. A kind of a theme in this little drawing here. So I'm just taking it as we go. I don't have any plans actually. I take line by line, and then when I do one line, I plan the next line. So it's not like I have a big overall plan how it's supposed to be. So it's not so easy to explain. If you don't have a lot in your head, try to find different shapes in a magazine that you can put together, and then try to have lines and try just to be crazy. That's the whole thing. We call it crazy sketching by a reason. So it's the whole point of doing this way. So eyes, kind of big, but that's how it is with these crazy ones. Can be small, can be big, can be anything you want. Yeah, I want to have a little more extra line. It was the breathing space, I don't want to have that, so I'm filling it in everywhere. So it was a little breathing space here. So I do what I can to avoid having breathing space, putting like kind of leaves or a kind of a plant or something. And then it's some breathing space still at the bottom. I need to fill it out. And then I think it's done. So I hope you found this interesting, and maybe you want to try crazy sketching yourself. Here's the result.